Every Tesla Model 3 owner in Australia will face it within 3 or 4 years of ownership. You walk into a tyre bay, someone tells you what fits. You say yes or no in about 10 minutes, and you drive away on tyres that will carry you, your family, and everything you own on the road for the next 40,000 to 50,000 kilometres without ever knowing if you made the right call. Today, we fix that. Michelin versus Bridgestone head to head on a Tesla Model 3. 6 categories, real numbers, one winner. Before anything else, this video is not sponsored. The test data you're about to see comes from Top Tyre Review. Why EV tyres are different. 3 reasons why this test matters more for a Tesla than it would for a regular car. First, weight. A Tesla model. 3 long range weighs around 1,847 kilograms. A Toyota Camry, same price bracket, same segment, weighs about 1,560 kilograms. That's nearly 300 kilograms more sitting on your 4 tyres. All of that extra weight lives in a battery pack in the floor. It loads the tyres differently under braking, cornering, and acceleration. A tyre not designed for that load will wear faster, heat up faster, and grip less. Second, torque. A Tesla delivers full torque the instant you press the accelerator. No ramp up, no gearbox delay. The full force hits the tyre contact patch immediately. A compound built around a petrol engine's gradual power delivery will spin up and wear unevenly under that kind of instant load. Third, silence. At 60 kilometers an hour in a Tesla on a quiet road, the loudest thing in your cabin is your tyres. There is no engine covering the noise, no exhaust frequency to mask road roar. Every decibel from those 4 contact patches enters your ears without competition. The noise a tyre makes matters more in an EV than in almost any other car you can buy. Both tyres in today's test were built with all 3 of those realities in mind, but they were built with different priorities. The test shows exactly what that produces. 2 tyres, Michelin versus Bridgestone. The Bridgestone Turanza T005 EV. It carries the T0 marking, Tesla original equipment. That means Bridgestone developed this tyre directly with Tesla's engineering team. They had access to the car's suspension geometry, weight distribution, motor torque curves, and braking data during development. This is the tyre Tesla specified. It is what comes on the car from the factory. That is the strongest argument for the Bridgestone. It is a legitimate argument. The Michelin e.Primacy carries no Tesla OE designation. It was not built with a factory specification sheet. It is Michelin's premium EV replacement tyre, designed for owners choosing their own replacement rubber. It is not trying to replicate the factory experience. It is trying to improve on it. Test vehicle used, Tesla Model 3. Tyre size used, 235/45R18. Pressure, 2.9 bar front and rear, both sets brand new at the time of testing. 6 categories measured: wet braking, wet handling, dry braking, dry handling, interior cabin noise, rolling resistance. And here's the thing. A tyre engineered with the factory's own data does not automatically win this test. The numbers decide, not the badge. Wet performance? Start here. Because this is the most safety critical category in the test, and for Australian drivers, the most relevant. Sydney gets over 1,200 millimetres of rain per year. Melbourne sees rain on around 140 days in a 12-month period. Brisbane, Perth, Canberra, every major city in this country produces regular wet road conditions. Your tyres are the only variable standing between a normal commute and an emergency. Wet grip is not optional. Wet braking. From a fixed test speed on a wet surface, the Bridgestone needed 35.1 metres to stop. The Michelin needed 34.2 metres. That is 0.9 metres shorter, 3% better. On a wet suburban road at 80 kilometres an hour, that 0.9 metres is the gap between stopping cleanly and not stopping cleanly. It is not enormous, but it is consistent, it is measurable, and it belongs to the Michelin. Wet handling. The subjective score, capturing steering feel, grip confidence, and stability at the limit, gave Michelin 6.8 out of 10 and Bridgestone 6.7. The objective lap time says the same thing. Michelin, 31.2 seconds. Bridgestone, 31.4 seconds, 0.2 quicker. The Michelin is the faster, more confidence-inspiring tyre in the wet across every number in this test, and the Bridgestone was engineered specifically for this car using the manufacturer's own data. That result is worth sitting with. Dry performance. This is where the Bridgestone's OE credentials should deliver. Dry road, controlled environment, the conditions Tesla and Bridgestone designed around: dry braking. Bridgestone, 40.2 metres. Michelin, 39.4 metres. 0.8 of a metre shorter, 2% better. Same pattern as wet, dry handling. This is where the gap gets large. Subjective driver score, Michelin 7.0 out of 10. Bridgestone 6.0 out of 10. A 10% difference, not 1 point, 10%. The objective lap time backs it up. Michelin ran the dry circuit in 31.0 seconds. Bridgestone took 32.0 seconds. A full second. The largest single performance gap in this entire comparison. So, what actually happened here? In the category where the Bridgestone's factory credentials should matter most, dry tarmac, precise handling, the conditions where a Tesla's instant torque is most constant, the Bridgestone delivered its worst result relative to the Michelin. 6 out of 10. On the car it was built and validated for. The Michelin, with none of that factory access, scored 7 by a full second on the clock. That is not a marginal result. That is a clear and consistent pattern. Before we get into noise and range, smash the like button, subscribe to Aussie Car Expert, let's break it down. Noise, the silent cabin problem. As established earlier, in a Tesla, the loudest sustained sound in the cabin at highway speed is your tyres. This category is not cosmetic. At $60,000 to $85,000. For a Model 3 in Australia, road roar that shouldn't be there is the first thing that erodes your ownership experience on day one of the second tyre set. 4 conditions measured: rough road at 60 kilometres per hour, rough road at 100 kilometres per hour, smooth road at 60 kilometres per hour, smooth road at 100 kilometres per hour, rough road at 60 kilometres per hour. This is road roar, that deep resonance when your tyre compresses over uneven bitumen. The stuff you hear on chip seal, old suburban asphalt, and worn country roads. Bridgestone, 76.9 decibels. Michelin, 75.4 decibels, 1.5 decibels quieter. Inside a silent EV cabin with no engine to cover it, that difference is audible. If you've driven a Tesla over chip seal on a country highway and thought the cabin was louder than it should be, this measurement is your explanation. In rough road at 100 kilometres per hour. Bridgestone, 82.1 decibels. Michelin, 81.8 decibels. The gap narrows at higher speed, but the Michelin is still quieter. Smooth road at 60 kilometres per hour. This is tread pattern noise, the sound the tyre's own geometry makes rolling over clean bitumen. At this speed and surface, both tyres record exactly the same result. 61.2 decibels, the only condition in the entire test where they are equal. Smooth road at 100 kilometres per hour. Bridgestone, 69.4 decibels. Michelin, 68.9 decibels, half a decibel quieter. Michelin again. And here's the detail that tells you everything. The Michelin is quieter in 3 of 4 conditions. The one equal result, smooth road at 60 kilometres per hour, represents maybe 15 to 20% of real Australian driving. The other 80%, rough suburban asphalt, chip seal, country roads, worn highway surfaces, all favour the Michelin. Not dramatically on any single reading, consistently across the board. For most Australian Tesla owners, in most Australian conditions, the Michelin is the quieter tyre. Rolling resistance. The one category Bridgestone wins. This is where the test changes direction. Rolling resistance is the one category where the Bridgestone clearly wins, and that matters for a very specific reason. Rolling resistance is the energy a tyre uses just by rolling. Lower is better. Less resistance means less of your battery's energy is lost to tyre friction, and more of it reaches the road as forward motion. Higher resistance means the tyre is quietly draining your battery on every single kilometre you drive. Michelin e.Primacy, 7.0 newtons per kilonewton. Bridgestone Turanza T005 EV, 6.2 newtons per kilonewton, an 11% efficiency advantage to the Bridgestone. This is where the OE specification delivers exactly what it was designed to deliver. Tesla's engineers selected a tyre that protects range. The Bridgestone achieves that. That is a real number with a real consequence. But here's the calculation most people skip. Rolling resistance accounts for roughly 20 to 25% of total energy consumption at highway speed. Aerodynamics, acceleration loads, climate control and accessories cover the rest. So if the Michelin uses 11% more rolling energy, and rolling energy is 25% of total consumption, the real-world range penalty across a full driving cycle is approximately 2.75%. For a Tesla Model 3 long range rated at 629 kilometres, WLTP in Australia, that 2.75% is about 17 kilometres per charge. Meaningful, not trivial, but not the difference between reaching a supercharger and not reaching one on most Australian journeys. For a fleet operator tracking every kilowatt hour. For someone regularly driving at the edge of their battery's range. For a driver where those 17 kilometres have a genuine dollar value. The Bridgestone is the right answer. The data says so. For everyone else, the question becomes whether 17 kilometres per charge is worth trading against every other category in this test. Price and the Australian reality. Premium EV tyres in this size typically run $300 to $430 per tyre from Australian retailers. Add fitting, four-wheel alignment and disposal. That's another $150 to $200. A full four-tyre replacement on a Tesla Model 3 is roughly a $1,400 to $1,900 decision in Australian dollars. And here's the financial reality most Tesla owners don't calculate at the time of purchase. At 40,000 to 50,000 kilometres, which at Australia's average annual driving distance of around 13,700 kilometres is 3 to 4 years. You'll face this decision at least twice over the car's life, possibly 3 times if you hold it to 150,000 kilometres. The total tyre spend is not a single transaction, it is a recurring cost that, multiplied across replacement cycles, can represent $4,000 to $7,000 over a full ownership period. The tyre that delivers superior grip, superior noise comfort, and better tread longevity represents a lower cost per kilometre over the full cycle, even if the per unit price at the counter looks similar. The right cost comparison is not what you pay today, it is what you pay today, divided by how many kilometres you get before you pay it again. Verdict 6 test categories. One tyre wins 5. Wet braking, Michelin. By 0.9 metres. Wet handling, Michelin. By 0.2 seconds on lap time, higher subjective score. Dry braking, Michelin. By 0.8 metres. Dry handling, Michelin. By a full second on lap time. 10% better driver score. Interior noise, Michelin. Quieter in 3 of 4 conditions. Equal in 1. Rolling resistance, Bridgestone. By 11%, approximately 17 kilometres of range per charge, 5 to 1. Michelin. The Bridgestone Turanza T005 EV is not a bad tyre. It is not a failed product. As the OE specification, it does exactly what OE tyres are required to do. It protects the manufacturer's range figures, it delivers stable, predictable behaviour, and it gives a competent, consistent baseline across all conditions. If you replaced your worn Bridgestones with new Bridgestones, you would not be making a damaging decision. You simply would not be making the best available decision. The Michelin e.Primacy wins this comparison, not because of brand reputation, not because of marketing, because 6 categories of measured test data produced a result that is clear. But here's the argument for the Bridgestone that the numbers cannot make for you. If range is your primary constraint, if you regularly push close to the battery's limit, if you operate in a fleet context where charging costs are tracked per kilometre, if those 17 extra kilometres per charge change a journey that would otherwise require a stop, the Bridgestone protects that. The rolling resistance advantage is real. Its value depends entirely on how you actually drive the car. For everyone else, the owner doing daily commutes, school runs, weekend highway runs to the coast. The owner who has sat in their silent cabin and wondered why the road surface sounds louder than it should. The owner who wants to know that in wet July rain on a Sydney suburban road, their tyres are as good as the test data says they can be. The answer is clear. 5 categories to 1. The Michelin is the better tyre for most Australian Tesla Model 3 owners. If you got something out of this, hit subscribe. Every week on Aussie Car Expert, we break down the cars, the data, and the decisions that matter to Australian drivers. Drop a comment below. If you own a Tesla Model 3, what tyres are you running right now? And have you noticed a difference between sets? I want to hear it.